Hey, this is Mark Washington, MTC Media. Bill Belichick got it handed to him in his debut. Uh, I will come off and say this right up front. He'll be fine. Now, what is your definition of success in his career and why they brought him to North Carolina, and maybe what's a more realistic um, version of success being there? Those things might be two different things. But realistically, I think he'll be fine. I think it'll be a situation that when it's all said and done, you might not have said it was exactly worth the money because he's being paid, I'm going to win a national championship money. But what you will say is that the program is in solid footing whenever he decides to walk away from it. But last night was not a good start. In his first season up against guys that I'm sure he thinks that he's smarter and better than, he's going to probably lose some of those games. It's no different than Dion, even though Dion in his first season, they came out really, really hot and then everything settled down and they probably were the record that they should have been in his first season at Colorado. And both those two had a lot of similarities. They came in, they flipped the roster immediately. You can see people all over the place that has the same last name as them. And in North Carolina's case, it's not only a couple of Belichicks, there's some Lombardis there too. And, there's going to be a curve before he really gets the program and, more importantly, get the players that they hope can run what they would like to run. College is different than the pros. But I always say this, and I said it at the time, not knowing that Belichick would be in college, but I knew it would be some bigger name. All these people that when Dion first got the job at Colorado and he needs to be humbled and all of this other freaking nonsense that y'all put on him and every little thing that went wrong, you see. Now, some of that people are doing with Belichick. And then people who were criticizing Dion is like, oh, hold on a second. This is a 6-time Super Bowl winner. None of that counts here. My thing is you shouldn't have been doing it with Dion. And I think it's silly to do it with Belichick. I think it was silly in both cases. Year one for both those guys was always going to be tough. Dion took over a one-win team. North Carolina has essentially a new roster. That's not to defend either one of them, but dadgum, give them a chance. In year two, Dion, in their record, they had a chance to win the Big 12 and get a playoff berth. They lost on a tiebreaker. In 2 years from being a one-win team that he took over, one-win program that he took over. Bill Belichick, give him some time before everyone says this, that. And with Belichick, and I will say this, part of the reason why some people are willing to jump on it early is because of his situation with his significant other and what it has looked like to the public eyes. Because no one would have ever expected out of Bill Belichick. The people who were defending Bill Belichick and giving him the benefit of the doubt, even though he hasn't shown anything on the college level, where was that when it was Dion? I mean, good gosh. You guys wanted Dion to fail from spring practice on. And so, why don't we relax with both of them? Dion's in year 3. Program is in a much better place. Gave one away. And they probably would have lost anyway, but they gave one away and mismanaged the clock in the last 2 minutes. And then last night, like I said, Belichick and them, they looked like they didn't belong on the same field as TCU. And I will say this. I think it's fine. Same thing I said with the whole thing with Arch Manning. I think pump our brakes. Give it some time. It'll be fine. If not, North Carolina will make the moves that they need to make with Belichick. They'll be a little bit embarrassed. And then they'll move on to the next coach. But, man, we are so far away from having that discussion. The Smart Washington MTC Media.